At ayan na nga mga kababayan, welcome po sa ating panibagong video. Ngayon, nandito tayo sa day 3 ng ng impeachment trial ni VP Sara. So, Ted, review uli natin yung yung mga nangyari dito sa sa Senado. Bigyan natin ng opinion. Ah, Actually yung witness kasi ano eh, walang kwenta eh, sa totoo lang. Wala naman, kumbaga walang walang mapipiga dun sa walang mapipiga dun sa walang mapipiga dun sa witness, so walang walang ambag. Pero skip tayo, dun tayo sa sa mga pagtatanong ng mga senador dito kay dito sa witness, especially kay dun tayo sa umpisa natin dun kay Gatchalian, tapos kay kay Senator Cayetano kasi yun yung mga interesting na mga interesting na nagtanong doon sa witness na at least magbibigay ng linaw, kung ano ba ang credibility ng credibility ng witness na 'to. Kasi mostly nangyari dun sa test lang yung credibility ng credibility ng witness, and then credibility yung mga documents, halos gano'n lang naman, eh. So, umpisa natin. Dito tayo kay Senator Gatchalian.
Thank you, Mr.
May I be
Presiding
clarified?
Officer.
I believe that we would do it after recross. So
You
it's-
what? I heard cross.
Sorry,
After
Your
we
Honor.
cross.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Better for us.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I just have a few questions, clarificatory questions. Narinig ko ho kanina ginong testigo na nasabi niyo may 40 media personalities doon sa press con. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero ang inyong inimbitahan, 6 lang.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit 6 lang?
The 40, we see the number of participants, but the number of person who asked the Vice President during that time, it's limited. And we consider who we sure that is present during that time, Your Honor.
Meron bang kayong criteria kung paano pipiliin itong mga media personalities or kung sino lang ang nagtanong? Kasi kahit hindi ka naman magtatanong, nandoon ka naman, naririnig mo yung mga diskusyon, meron ba kayong mga criteria kung paano pumipili ng media personalities?
Yung sure po namin na present during that time, kasi kapag hindi po kasi kayo nagtanong, hindi po magpa-pop up yung mukha nyo tsaka yung pangalan nyo.
Okay. At itong mga 6 na sinupinan ninyo, ano yung kanyang common statement na ibinigay?
Kinonfirm po nila na present sila during the November 23, 2024 press conference, and yung utterance po ni Vice President narinig po nila.
Okay, I believe ilan dito sa mga personalities ay ipapatawag rin. So tatalon ako sa ibang topic. Nakita ko kanina itong tungkol sa Max Core Interventures at nakita ko kanina pinakita yung Articles of Incorporation. Mukha siyang supplier ng equipment. Ngayon, nasabi rin na doon ka nag-training for 2 weeks. Sino nagbayad ng training?
Sir, the training is included in the procurement of digital forensic tools. In the procurement document, it ni-require po si MaxCore na mag-provide po ng training included in the equipment, sir.
Yung paggamit ng equipment.
Tsaka yung yung process po ng digital forensic as a whole.
Yung kanya lang sila ba ay 'di ba sa mga IT, let's say Oracle, alam natin kilala yan pagdating sa IT. Si MaxCore ba ay kilala pagdating sa digital forensic training? Kasi pag nakita ko kanina talagang supply.
Wala, hindi. Anyhow na training lang yung ginawa nila. Tapos sasabihin expert. Nag-training ng 2 linggo tapos expert na siya. Bihira, oo.
But are they a well-known or internationally renowned training organization?
It's not the MaxCore itself, but it's the trainer that they provide, sir, that is capable in training us, sir.
Itong trainer na ito, certified siya in this type of technology?
Yes, sir. The trainer has a lot of certifications in relation to digital forensics, sir.
Can you name a few certification na meron itong trainer na ito?
I can't remember,
Let's
sir.
say Oracle or let's say Microsoft, diba? May mga ganyan
No,
yan.
sir. CompTIA, sir. CompTIA training. I believe he also have a certified ethical hacking certification and a lot more, sir. When it was presented to us, sir.
Alright. So itong mga trainers nito ay certified trainers na pwedeng mag-train sa iyo at magiging certified ka rin.
Yes, sir. Initial na ako certificate, sir.
Lastly, Mr. Presiding Officer, after training, nakakuha ka ba ng certification na katulad sa kanila?
No, sir. But that certification that I was trained by them, sir.
Pero ikaw mismo, are you certified
I have-
to do forensic sa kanila?
No, sir. But that certification that I was trained by them, sir.
Pero ikaw mismo, are you certified
I have-
to do forensic examinations for your purpose and responsibility?
I have a certification, sir. I am a certified computer hacking forensic investigator, sir.
Itong forensic analysis, meron kang for this purpose, itong pinag-uusapan natin.
The computer, the authentication, sir, part? Or as a whole, sir?
As a whole.
I have a certification in computer hacking, sir.
Ang ang certification mo is hacking. Hindi naman hacking ang pinag-uusapan eh. Ang pinag-uusapan dito is yung authentication ng mga documents ng video na nakuha mo doon sa Facebook. Hindi naman tinatanong dito kung certified ka sa panghahack kasi hindi naman panghahack yung ginagawa mo. Hindi naman panghahack yung inutos sa'yo. Ay, tuloy tayo.
Specific, but I have trainings in relation to the
Iba yung hacking eh. Yung pinag-uusapan natin, forensic examination ng video, forensic examination ng mga ganitong bagay. Meron kang certification doon?
I have certificates, sir.
Alright. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo, thereafter Senator Judge Marcos.
Meron siyang certificate pero siguro yung nagre-recognize ng certificate niya yung mga nag-training lang din sa kanya. Parang internal company certification lang. Tapos you call yourself as an expert. Tingnan natin.
You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Ito
Ang katanungan ko po ay para sa ating
Ito na si
testigo.
Bendalo.
Batid ko po
Tingnan natin kung
na sa
maganda sabihin
ilalim
ni
ng
Bendalo.
Republic Act 10867, sa ilalim po ng Section 4, ang kapangyarihan po ng inyong ahensya na mag-imbestiga kapag ng mga krimen, partikular na tulad ng mga banta sa buhay ng Pangulo, ikalawang Pangulo, Senate President, Speaker of the House at Chief Justice. Tama po yun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kahit na lalo pat pag ito ay may kaugnayan sa national security. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero ang tanong ko po, ang pagsasampa po ba ng kaso, nasa mandato rin po ba ng NBI na magsampa ng kaso doon sa mga tao na nagbanta sa buhay ng Pangulo, ikalawang Pangulo, Senate President, Speaker of the House, Chief Justice? Is it automatic or kailangan mag-request sila sa inyo? Matic ba yung pagsasampa ng kaso doon sa nagbanta? In this case, is it automatic or wala lang, kasama sa mandato niyo to file charges dahil
Kasi ang mga kababayan, ang nangyari kasi, di ba ang pinagbantaan sila Romualdez, si BBM at saka si Lisa Marcos. Ang ang problema is hindi naman nagsampa ng kaso yung tatlo na yon. So ngayon, tinatanong nito ni Mr. Bendalo kung kahit hindi nagsampa yung tatlo na yon, automatic ba na ang NBI ang gagawa ng paraan para mag-imbestiga at magsampa ng kaso? Tingnan natin kung nasagot niya.
Nantaan mo Pangulo o si Vice Presidente kung sino mang yang 4 na matataas na opisyal natin or 5 matataas na opisyal natin.
Ang basis namin doon, Your Honor, is yung primary objective namin to investigate cases to the threat to the President, Vice President, Senate President, Supreme Court. And if we found that the evidence is enough that there is a crime committed, we will file a case because that's the output of our investigation, sir.
Kahit po ba na hindi yung biktima, in this case yung Pangulo, biktima ng threat, kahit na hindi siya nagreklamo, automatic po yun? Kahit na hindi siya nagreklamo sa inyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Hindi nyo na siya kailangan tanungin pa na, Sir, gusto nyo po bang kasuhan namin ito? Wala nang gano'n. You will never ask. Hindi, sabihin natin, hindi lang Pangulo, Vice Presidente. Nangyari din sa Vice Presidente o sa Speaker of the House, sa Senate President o sa Chief Justice. Hindi nyo naman lang siya afford to ask him like, Sir, will you go to the process? Kasi magpa-file ka po ng mga affidavit. This is a long process, etc. Kahit na Pangulo ka po, may pipirmahan ka mga affidavit. Is it automatic?
I think sa tingin ko kasi ano sila syempre NBI, automatic na trabaho nila na protektahan yung mga matataas na posisyon ng gobyerno, especially pag may mga ganitong banta. Pag pinagbantaan yung Pangulo, Vice President, o di kaya yung Senate President, o di kaya yung Speaker of the House, so automatic kailangan nilang i-confirm, kailangan nilang imbestigahan yon kasi syempre sila yung mga matataas na na may position sa gobyerno. So kailangan ma-verify yung threat para nga naman dun sa safety ng mga top 5 na pinakamatataas na position sa gobyerno. Sa tingin ko ganun lang yung explanation ko dito. Trabaho nila yun.
Mr. Witness.
We submitted it, sir, even without a complaint in the for preliminary investigation, sir.
No further questions, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo. Senator Judge Marcos is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am, and you have 2 minutes.
Yes, maraming salamat. Mahal na namumuna. Hihingi lang po ako ng dokumento para mas madali nating sundan ang mga pangyayari. Nalilito lahat pagkat wala po kaming papel. At ang nabigay sa amin, eto, Annex FFFGGG. Nalilito po kami kung alin dito yung mga papel. Kung maaari kaming bigyan, unang-una, yung unang tinutukoy, the first affidavit of investigation dated January 30, alleging grave threats inciting to sedition ng NBI. Ikalawa, yung napasok na yata sa record, pero nais rin namin bilang Senator Judge na magkaroon ng kopya ng DOJ certification signed by Prosecutor Bandong February 5 na nagbigay ng 7 grounds na insufficient.
Skip tayo. Hanap tayo ng ibang senator na magtatanong itong yung kasi ni Senator Amy regarding sa mga documentation, hingi lang ng mga documents. So hanap tayo ng ibang senator na magtatanong, tingnan natin. Ayan, punta tayo dito kay Senator Alan Cayetano.
What is your pleasure, sir?
It's your pleasure, Mr. Chair.
Mr. President and Mr. Presiding Officer, before I ask to be allowed to ask a question, can I just follow up yung kay Senator Marcos, including the ruling yesterday? Just in the interest of all senator judges being able to follow closely, especially kami sa first row kasi medyo nagkaka-stiff neck na kami. Mahirap tignan yung TV, so baka dun sa
Maglalagay
harap.
na po kami ng TV sa harap ng
And
lamesa
I
ng
don't know,
Council for Parties.
I think all of us own a iPad or a tablet. I don't know what the solution is, but if the Secretariat or the Clerk of Court, the Office of the Clerk of Court can work with our staff. Just to give you an example for today, if you look at the impeachment complaint on page 19, for example, it says that the affidavit we're looking for kanina, footnote number 72 is this one in the impeachment complaint, it's found on Annex G. Okay, so this is Annex G. If you look at Annex G, it is a certification, not an affidavit. Okay, so where do you find the affidavit mentioned in the impeachment complaint.
Ay, napakadami ka.
You
Tama din
actually
pala sa
find it
Senator
in
Cayetano. Puro
Volume
dokumento yung
14, Annex FFFFFFFFF-GGGGGGGG. So before I can even
That's not
say
dash,
that,
that's FFFFFFF to GGGGGG.
yes. So even before we finish saying that, Your Honor, Mr. Presiding Judge, medyo mahirap. To further complicate, the annexes when delivered to us was labeled annexes. And then when it was pre-marked, iba na yung marking.
That is correct.
Okay. So to clarify, I'm not asking both the prosecution and defense to give us any documents in advance that will prejudice their presentation or the rebuttal. I do understand that it has to be offered, but to speed things up and to make sure we understand, in the same manner that they're asking the witness to examine it, maybe we can be given a copy to examine at the same time, whether digital or actual copy. I don't want to impose upon them to print 24 copies. But again, anyway, it's Wednesday. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for our staff and the clerk of court to meet.
I think we already have a solution for you, Senator Judge Cayetano, as well as for Senator Judge Marcos. We will be furnishing the parties either via soft copy to your respective iPads or laptops, or we will enter their official emails as well. Kayo na po mag-print ng hard copy ng list of evidences as marked, as pre-marked by the prosecution na ipe-present for Article 4. And we will do this by article. However, insofar as I said, the documents presented by the counsel for respondent, these have not yet been pre-marked. But I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for a copy from the counsel for respondent.
On that point,
for our guidance, whether or not the same will be offered without prejudice to respond to
On
counsel
that
for
point-
respondent deciding on whether or not they will offer it at the appropriate time.
on that point, Mr. Presiding Officer, even if it's pre-marked, if it will prejudice their presentation, I don't mind it be given in real time. And same, no? If it's being used on cross or recross on rebuttal, and hindi to na pre-mark, as long as real time, para lang we can process it. If not, we have to review afterwards, and it messes up our preparation for the hearing the next day. No?
Is that possible for the parties once the roles are reversed? May I get a response
Honor.
from the counsel for respondent?
Your Honor, first we'll clarify everything that was showed today was pre-marked by the respondent.
That's not my understanding because the DOJ letter you
Puro
pre-marked is
documentation.
different from the
Ano tayo?
DOJ letter that
Ano
we
tayo,
have pre-marked. But we'll verify.
regarding doon sa ano.
So everything was pre-marked,
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano tayo?
but you presented
Ayan, dito tayo sa pagtatanong sa witness. Wala kasing kwenta kanina yung ano, puro documentation lang yung pinag-uusapan. Wala tayong papala doon.
Pag-upo mo dyan, but allow me a few questions. No? Yung circumstance lang, so paano nagsimula yung investigasyon na na-involve ka? Were you from the start o hindi? At written instructions ba to? O sinabi, oy may investigasyon tayo? Just konting clarity, paano na-umpisa yung specific investigation? And was it based on the November 3 video? Tama ba?
November 23, Your Honor.
Okay.
It all started, I received a phone call, sir, from my executive officer that there is a video wherein there is a statement given by the Vice President, which is classified as threat, and I was tasked and assigned to investigate the case, sir.
Okay. So basically, ganun yung pagkasabi na I'm tasking you to look at the video, investigate.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you working alone or with a group?
With a group, Your Honor.
NBI group?
Yes, Your Honor.
And was this, is there an interagency also or just purely NBI?
I don't have personal knowledge. Maybe our chief, sir, has the
Okay.
knowledge on that, sir.
Yes. No, that's all I asked for naman, yung personal knowledge.
Yes, Your Honor.
So pakiulit mo yung sinabing, how exactly sinabi sa'yo na tignan mo yung video, imbestigahan mo, or may statement? So,
To be specific, sir, as far as I remember, may statement si Vice President regarding the November 23 press conference na kung saan may pagbabanta na naganap,
Okay.
pakiimbestigahan.
Pakiimbestigahan. So ganun ka-general. May
Yes po.
pagbabantang naganap, pakiimbestigahan.
Yes po.
And you proceeded by watching the video.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when you watched the video, you got to the part na may pagbabanta.
No, Your Honor. I first don't know which part of that.
So you watched the whole video, of course.
First, the clippings, Your Honor.
Okay.
Then I look for the whole video, Your Honor.
Then you watched the whole video.
Yes, Your Honor.
And thank you for your honesty. So after the clipping, tapos the whole video, what did you do next? You reported or you made your recommendations? I don't understand the process lang kasi.
Upon identifying the whole video, I informed my executive officer that I identified the video, Your Honor.
And then yung sinabi mo yesterday, then you started looking for patterns. That's why you looked at yung dating mga video ni Vice President.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you started investigating the threat against the President, the First Lady, and the former Speaker of the House.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you investigate the threat against the Vice President?
We tried, Your Honor.
How did you try?
It is included in our letter to the Vice President, Your Honor. That's why we're inviting her to proceed to our office to investigate the threats to her life, Your Honor.
How about the vlogger who asked her about Oplan or whatever they call that?
Try lang. Pero tapos hindi nyo sineryoso. Kasi wala kayong pakinabang. Yung pagbabanta doon kay Marcos, doon kayo nag-focus. Nako, di talaga patas tong mga to.
Romanov. Did you invite them?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did they testify?
The Princess Maui did not appear, Your Honor.
Did not appear. Did you also look for previous videos that are threatening to the Vice President?
No.
We look on the Romanov part, Your Honor,
Okay.
but we identify a different person who first mentioned the Romanov, Your Honor.
Did you coordinate with the PSG?
I have no personal knowledge, Your Honor.
You yourself?
Yes, Your Honor. Maybe our chief, Your Honor.
Yeah. But you are aware that the primary responsibility of protecting both the President and the Vice President is the PSG.
Yes, Your Honor.
So isn't it fair to say that any investigation against a threat to the first family, the President or the Vice President, you would normally ask the PSG if they received any threat?
I have no personal knowledge, Your Honor.
No,
Ayan ang problema. Kasi yung PSG, yung napoprotekta doon sa President at sa Vice President, hindi nyo sinabi, hindi kayo nakipag-ugnayan doon na ito si VP Sara may threat yung Romanov. Ito naman si BBM may threat ko noon ni VP Sara na pag namatay si VP Sara, papatayin din si ipaghiganti, napatayin sila BBM. So nag-imbestiga lang kayo, pero doon sa mga security mismo na nagbabantay, nakatas na magbantay doon sa dalang pinakamataas na official na yon, hindi kayo nakipag-ugnayan. Sabit.
I'm asking, hindi ba normal sa investigation kung sino yung primary agency na taga-protekta na lumalaban dun sa threat ay tatanungin natin?
Yes, Your Honor.
So bakit hindi tinanong ng NBI ang PSG? Or in your case, why didn't you ask the PSG?
Maybe it can be answered by a chief, Your Honor.
Yan. Kasi may sarili kayong objectives. Kasi alam nyo naman na walang kwenta yung walang basis yung banta, yung sinabi niya na walang basis yung sinabi ni VP Sara na pag namatay ako, ipaghiganti mo ako. Ikaw hindi na mapapatayin si VP Sara wala namang mangyayari. Alam na nila dito sa NBI na walang kwenta yung pagbabanta na yon ni VP Sara. Kaya hindi na sila nakipag-coordinate doon sa PSG, which is sila yung primarily na nakatask na magbabantay doon kay VP Sara at saka doon kay BBM. Alam nila yun Alam na nila yun na walang kwenta yung sinabi ni VP Sara. Ngayon, itong ginagawa nila, syempre, propaganda na lang para masiraan si VP Sara, para matuloy yung impeachment, di Doon na lang sa ano, doon na lang, kanya-kanya na lang sila. Sa NBI na lang. NBI na lang at saka sa doon na lang kina Luistro at saka sa ano, DOJ.
Honor.
No, I'm not. I will ask your chief also. I'm asking you, when they said, look at this, you looked at other videos, you tried to get Princess Maui, you tried to get the vice president, but you didn't contact the PSG for the first lady, for the president, and for all you know, the PSG will tell you right there and there, the threat is real, or the
Oo, di ba? Pagkatapos mo gawa ng mga report, ipasa mo doon sa PSG para alam nila.
PSG will say
Maganda.
politika lang yan. Di ba? Both
Magaling tong ginawa ni Senator Cayetano. Puntos to puntos.
the vice president and the president are protected by the PSG. So why wasn't so nakalimutan lang or wala sa procedure nyo or
Your Honor, there is already a statement from the National Security Council, Your Honor, that it is an active threat, Your Honor. That's why we start investigation.
yes, and the primary group that will know if it's an active threat is the PSG. So if this was the United States, it will be the Secret Service. So whether the FBI or the CIA, state troopers, the federal marshals, kung sino man mag-iimbestiga, parati nilang tatanungin yung Secret Service. So I'm just curious why we did not ask the PSG input.
Kindly wind up, Senator Cayetano. Senator
Okay.
Cayetano.
So my last question is, how did you characterize the threat of the vice president to the president? Given that ang exact words niya, huwag kang mag-alala ma'am sa security ko kasi may kinausap na akong tao, sinabi ko sa kanya, kapag pinatay ako. So that I'll be fair to you and not vague, no? Did that phrase, kapag pinatay ako, have any bearing in your investigation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was that bearing or thoughts in your mind?
First of all po, dun sa statement, may nakausap na po. It already took place before pa yung mangyari yung meeting. And nung
Excuse me,
condition,
I'm not talking about yung may kinausap na para
Ang tanong ni Senator Cayetano, kinonsider mo ba yung sinabi na yon ni VP Sara doon sa investigation mo na ang sabi ni VP Sara is, pag pinatay ako, may kinausap na ako. Ibig sabihin, pag namatay si VP Sara, pag pinatay si VP Sara. Now, the question is, kinonsider mo ba yon? Kinonsider mo ba yon? Para doon sa mga investigation nyo.
pumatay. Ang sinasabi ko, yung sinabi niya na pag pinatay ako,
yes, Your Honor.
how did that affect your investigation?
There is a condition na kapag pinatay siya. But
Tama,
as we can
conditional.
see, it's only applicable if there is only two parties. The statement make a loophole wherein a third party can use that na kapag namatay si BP, ma-execute ngayon yung statement ni BP na may nakausap
Hindi pag namatay, pag pinatay.
na siya.
Correction.
Without the participation of the one mentioned, the President, the First Lady, and the Speaker of the House, Your Honor.
That's fair. But what I'm saying is that in your reports, did you characterize it as a conditional threat? Kasi kung hindi naman siya pinatay, the logical implication is that there's no threat against the... So I'm not saying it's not illegal, immoral to contract a killer. I'm just trying to follow the logic na pag sinabi kong pakukulong kita, Mr. Witness, pag nagsinungaling ka under oath, then it's actually not a threat. It's a legal... I'm just telling you the law, di ba? Pero pag sinabi kong pag hindi ka sumunod sa akin, ano yung kita. So that's my last question lang. So how did you characterize that? It wasn't a conditional in your mind because may kinausap na?
Even with or without, sir, it's still considered a threat as long as the
I
person...
have no doubt there. I'm just asking,
Yes,
is it a conditional
Hindi
threat?
yan ang tanong.
Based on...
Ang dali-dali lang sagutin eh. Hindi ba yung conditional, yung ganong yung ganong senaryo, hindi mo masagot. Napakadali lang eh. Pinapanigan 'to.
Our affidavit, sir, I believe it's conditional, which
Napakadali lang sagutin. Kahit sino alam yun, it's a conditional. Hirap na hirap kang sagutin. Ano ba yan, boss?
Your affidavit.
affidavit.
But your initial assessment, yung personal mo as an investigator, this is an investigation of the whole NBI, but yung personal mo.
The threat is absolute, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Cayetano. We now proceed.
Ayun, mahusay yung mga tanong ni Senator Cayetano. Nabala sa itong witness. Yun ang magandang isa sa pinakamagandang tanong na narinig natin kasi doon sa mga latest part is yes or no, wala naman masyadong exciting doon sa mga questions tsaka yung mga sagot is normally doon na sa mga documentation, but ito at least kahit papaano nabigyan ng punto. Yung kay Gatchalian, maganda rin yung kay Gatchalian kasi ayun nga, tinatanong kung expert ba talaga siya doon sa ginagawa niya, which is sabi niya expert siya doon sa hacking, which is hindi naman yung tinatanong ni Senator Gatchalian. Okay, tuloy tayo.
Senator Judge Padilla is recognized.
Maraming
Tayo,
salamat.
Senator
Thereafter, Senator Judge Zubiri.
Maraming salamat
Senator Judge
po.
Padilla, you have 2 minutes.
Opo. Nais ko lamang po magtanong sa ating saksi. Ginoong saksi, kanina po kasi habang nagkakaroon ng pagdinig, ako po'y laging iistorbo dahil tuwing may itatanong, mag-o-object, medyo magulo po eh. Pwede po bang sagutin po ninyo ako dahil noong pong February 5, ang sabi po dito ay insufficient po yung na hindi dapat makarating na sa preliminary investigation. Tama po ba? February 5 po yun?
May certification, sir. Yes po.
Opo. Tapos nung February 14, naging sufficient na for conduct of preliminary investigation. Nasagot po ba yung 7 na sinabi dito na para, ang sinasabi po kasi dito nung February 5, merong 7 na kulang.
I believe so, sir. That's why we have received a certification, sir.
Ayun. Kasi po, parang narinig ko kanina, hindi po naibigay yung original copy nung sinagawang interview kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Yung original po, na kopya, kung sino po yung nag-record. Wala po kayong affidavit? Meron po ba kayong affidavit na nakuha nyo?
Yes, sir. Ako po yung ang inire-request po ng DOJ dyan is affidavit po nung nag-screen record, which is my affidavit, Your Honor.
Meron po siyang affidavit?
Ako, sir. Ako po yung nag-execute, sir. Kasi
Hindi
ang-
po yung mismong tao?
Yes po. Ang hinihingi po kasi ni DOJ is kung sino yung nag-screen record through OBS, sir.
Hindi po yung mismong tao.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi kasi yun yung
Kayo
tanong
lang po
ni-
yung nag-affidavit.
Hindi
Yes,
kasi
Your
yun yung tanong ni Senator Robin. Ang tanong ni Senator Robin is sino yung gumawa ng interview na yon na si VP Sara is nandun, si Maui andon. So ibig sabihin, yung nagsagawa ng video call na yon, it's either sa kanila yon, maybe si Maui, sabihin natin ganon. Ibig sabihin si Maui yung pinaka main source. So sa kanya talaga yung yung original na video kasi galing doon sa kanila. Let's say lang na si Maui yung nag-conduct nag-start ng video call. So ibig sabihin, siya talaga siya yung pinaka main source ng video, which is ito yung tinatanong ni Senator Robin. Itong itong kay witness kasi, ang nakuha niya lang yung sa Facebook, na in-upload doon, ang ginawa niya, in-screenshot niya or na-record niya yung video doon sa Facebook. At yun yung pinresent niya diyan sa Senado at saka doon sa DOJ. Which is, hindi naman yung tinatanong ni Senator Robin. Ang tanong ni Senator Robin, nakuha mo ba doon kay Maui yung recordings, which is siya yung nag-upload. Okay?
Your Honor.
Pero meron po kayong pagkakataon ba na nakausap niyo yung tao at nagbigay siya ng affidavit?
May I clarify, Your Honor, if sinong tao yung tinutukoy?
Yung nag-record po.
Ako po yung nag-record through OBS, sir.
Hindi po.
Hindi ikaw ang nag-record. Kinuha mo lang yung video sa Facebook. Pero ang nag-record talaga is sila Maui. Ang nagsagawa.
Yung mismong nag-record po kay Inday sa Vice President. Nakausap niyo po ba?
Yung main source.
Yung raw file po. Kasi
Yung
napakahalaga po nun. Kasi doon po natin malalaman kung original ba o hindi.
The video itself, sir, is publicly available. That's why I performed the recording, sir.
Opo. Pakisagot na lang po, mahal na saksi, kung nakuha niyo po ba yung original. Yung original, hindi po yung galing sa internet.
The original, no, sir.
Okay.
Kaya-
Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po.
Yun ang tinatanong.
Thank you, Senator Judge
Robin.
Padilla. Senator Judge Zubiri, you are recognized, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat to our presiding officer. Magandang hapon po, Sir Witness.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Afternoon. Gusto ko lang magtanong, clarificatory questions lang po ito. Dito ba sa ating bansa, dahil tinatanong ko po ito sa inyo, dahil kayo po investigating body, sa ating bansa, meron bang specific law pagdating sa mga banta sa Pangulo, Pangalawang Pangulo at kanyang mga successors? Or yan ba'y pasok lang sa grave threats, which is applied sa lahat? Applicable sa lahat ng tao?
Based on my personal knowledge, sir, it's only on the grave threat, Your Honor.
Which is applied to everyone, if I'm not mistaken. No? Kasi sa batas sa Amerika, sa Estados Unidos, meron po tinatawag na number 18 under the United States Code, Section 871. There is a specific law na pinagbabawal po itong mga threats to the President, Vice President, and its successors. May jail time po ito at may fine na malaki. As a matter of fact, dito sa panahon ni Pangulong Trump, marami na po silang kinasuhan at hinabla at napasok sa kulungan dahil sa paglabag nitong batas na ito. At Secret Service po ang sumasagawa ng investigasyon. Sa atin ba dito, ang NBI ba ang nabigyan po ng kapangyarihan para gawin itong investigasyon under your new NBI code?
Under our law, sir, the new NBA law, included po yung investigation to the threats to the life of the President, the Vice President, the Speaker, the Senate
Ibig sabihin,
President,
wala.
and the Supreme Court,
Wala
sir.
specific.
So, klaro na kayo, nasa kapangyarihan ninyo. Kasi hindi pwede sa Presidential Security Group. Hindi katulad sa Estados Unidos, yung Secret Service ang talagang nanguhuli at nag-imbestiga. Sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, ang
General.
NBI po ang nangunguna
NBI.
sa investigasyon. Tama po ba yan o mali?
It is within our law, sir.
Okay. And this is just food for thought because not only are we senator judges, we're also legislators. It may be time that we also craft a law that will be specific on threats made to the President, Vice President, and its successors, meaning the Senate President, the Speaker of the House, and the Supreme Court Chief Justice. Sa Amerika kasi, sa batas po nila, and I'll just wrap up, the defendant, to secure conviction, the defendant communicated a threat. The defendant understood and intended the statement as a true threat. Hindi po niya sinabi joke only in the end. And pangatlo, the defendant knowingly and willfully makes the threat. So just food for thought as legislators as well. So maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Zubiri. We now proceed to where we left off. I believe that was the redirect of the counsel for the prosecutor. Just out of curiosity, without any pressure, Because I promised I would declare a break somewhere in between. Depending on how long your director and recross would be, I can call the break after the recross and the statement of the counsel for respondent, so that we break on a good point before we call on the last witness for today. Yes, counsel for the prosecutors.
As to the question, if the prosecution will do the direct examination,
The redirect. Kung mahaba-haba
sorry,
pa
the
yung
redirect examination after the cross-examination of the defense, the prosecution decides not to conduct a redirect, Your Honor, please.
Thank you, counsel for the prosecutor. Counsel for the respondent, do you want to begin to utilize your time now?
Your Honor, I will turn over the mic to my co-counsel. He will also be the cross-examiner for the next witness.
But to Your Honor, please, sorry. May I make a manifestation, Your Honor, please, before we proceed, Your Honor, please? A manifestation as to the
In
statement.
connection with what, counsel for the prosecutors?
As to the manifestation earlier that all the documents that were confronted, that were
Yes.
presented to the witness, I believe that the defense said that all those exhibits were pre-marked.
Documents na naman. Hanap ulit tayo ng ano. Skip natin para... Ayan. Dito tayo. Skip natin yung kanina. Walang kwenta. Documentation na naman. Wala tayong pakialam sa mga documentation na yun. Dito tayo kay, ano, kay Pinky. Tingnan natin kung may magandang sasabihin to si Pinky.
Senator Judge Soto is recognized. Sir, what is your
Soto
pleasure,
pala,
sir?
Soto pala.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, are we going to dispense with the witness
Basta may
already?
ito si Juan Bon.
Unless
basta
you have
masabi lang.
questions. I believe Senator Lacson has questions to the witness. So not yet.
Well, a simple question.
gentleman
You're
may proceed.
familiar. Thank you very much. You're familiar with the internet, of course.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you noticed that lately all the AI-generated videos have a caption saying AI-generated?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kaya pag walang nakalagay na AI-generated, siguradong hindi AI-generated?
Yes, Your
exactly.
Honor.
Walang kwenta
Today, Your
talaga
Honor.
to si Juan Bon.
Yes,
Walang yan, mali
lately.
yung
No?
skip.
Lately, Your Honor.
Lahat nakalagay.
Hindi ko
Pag
nalaktawan ng
AI-generated,
one ball na to.
nakalagay AI-generated and
Mapunta
mental
lang
does
to si
not
Juan
allow
Bon
it.
dito. May
Right?
ano lang. May
They
maisingit
allowed
lang eh.
it, but there is a AI info part.
Correct.
On
Let's
the
say
post.
there is a manifestation.
Yes,
that
Your
is
Honor. It is
AI-generated.
explicitly mentioned that AI.
So you're aware of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's it.
Tama?
Senator Judge
Walang
Lacson.
kwenta yung tanong ni Juan Bon. Ito si Soto. Basta ano lang, may masabi lang eh, ano lang siya, makuhaan lang siya ng picture. Makita lang ng mga tao na nagsalita siya. Gagawin niya, kahit walang kwenta yung sasabihin. Tuloy tayo.
You likewise have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed.
Tuloy
Thank you,
tayo kay
Mr.
Lacson.
Presiding Officer, Mr. Senate President. Questions para sa ating testigo. Since you are presented here as an expert witness, alam nyo, nagkusort din ako sa digital forensics expert para lang makonvince sa sarili ko. No, my first question is, in this day and age of artificial intelligence, no, will you agree with me na it is almost impossible to distinguish an AI-generated video from the original?
It
Almost
is-
impossible.
Yes, Your Honor. It is hard, Your Honor.
Yeah, very hard, di ba? Very difficult. So kasi ito, impeachment trial, ano? Kasi sa court, ginagamit talaga yung expert testimony ng digital or computer forensics expert. Now, you may or may not answer this question kung classified, ano? Gusto ko lang malaman, ano ba yung digital forensic tools na ginagamit din sa NBI?
Currently, I'm not familiar. But during the time na nandun po ako sa Digital Forensic Laboratory Division, meron kaming Encase Forensic, Celebrite, and Amped Authenticate, sir. Amped Authenticate, sir.
Ang balita ko, yung AMP 5 or AMP Authenticate. Diba?
Amped Authenticate, sir.
Ito yung ginagamit ninyo. Ito, capable ito na magsagawa ng reverse image, a photo or video. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ito ba yung ginamit mo?
For this part, Your Honor, the OBS only, Your Honor.
Bakit hindi nyo ginamit ito?
The duration is too large, Your Honor, the 2 hours. And the Amped Authenticate can only detect if there is a inconsistent FPS, Your Honor.
Yeah, kasi kaya ako tinanong yon dahil una-una maraming para mag-adhere na magamit sa korte, no? Likewise sa impeachment court. May mga requirements, di ba? Sinabi mo kasi meron kayong open source, di ba?
Yes,
Pero
Your Honor.
ang pinaka-importante yung chain of custody, of course, yung provenance,
Yes, Your Honor.
yung original na pinanggalingan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang sabi mo, pinanggalingan lang Facebook.
The Facebook was captured, Your Honor.
So, hindi yun ang original, di ba?
The screen recording is the original itself as to my authentication, sir.
Hindi nga yung tinatanong ni
Yeah, and
Lacson.
you can attest sa authenticity
Ang
ng video.
original,
Yes,
yung
Your Honor.
nag-upload
In
ng
spite of
video.
not
Saan
being
nanggaling? Kanino
or not
nanggaling?
having
Siya yung may
originated
hawak ng original.
from the original.
Yes, Your Honor. I compared the recorded with the original and ensured that the contents are identical, Your Honor.
Kasi nabanggit mo rin, ginamit
Paano mako-compare dun sa paano mo ma-authenticate na yan yung original kung hindi mo nakuha yung original yung video doon sa nag-upload. Siyempre, may uploader yon. Kung sino yung nag-upload, siya yung gumawa ng video. Tama? Paano mo yan ma-authenticate doon sa original kung hindi mo nga yun nakuha? Yun nasa Facebook, copy lang yun. Recording lang yun. Hindi yun ang original. Itong witness na to, niloloko tayo eh.
mo yung manual comparison simultaneously ng dalawang videos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero again, I will insist na talagang hindi reliable yung manual. Ito yung sinabi sa akin ng digital forensics expert na nakausap ko. No? Ang pinaka mas importante, makuha mo yung original copy, yun nga, yung provenance, di ba?
Yung original copy doon sa uploader kasi siya yung nag-upload. Kung sino yung nag-upload, siya yung original. Ito yung kanina ko pa sinasabi.
Talagang tapos masundan mo yung sa analysis, gagamitan mo ng tools para malaman mo na talagang authentic yung video. Of course, I'm not here to question the authenticity. I just want to be assured dahil sabi ko nga kanina, pagka sa artificial intelligence, napakahirap talaga. Almost impossible to distinguish it from the original.
Kaya nga para sa akin, di ba, itong witness na to is walang kwenta. Kasi yung ano naman dito, yung video, andyan na yan eh. Sabihin natin, authentic, original yan, andyan na yan, totoo yung video. Now, ang pagtatalunan na lang natin is regarding dun sa pagbabanta ni VP Sara na conditional. Ayun na lang doon, yung pagtatalunan natin doon na may kaso ba ang conditional threat na pag pinatay mo ako, ipaghigantihan mo ako, patayin mo rin ang nagpapatay sa akin. Yun na lang yung pagtatalunan din eh. Yung video, yung authenticity ng video, yung mga documents, anong petsa, wala na tayong pakialam dyan, sa totoo lang eh. Kasi yung pinaka main context is yung sinabi na yun ni VP Sara na conditional threat na pag pinatay mo ako, paghiganti mo ako, patayin mo rin yung mga nagpapatay sa akin. Ganun lang. Yun na lang ang pag-usapan natin doon. Itong witness na to, wala nang kwenta to. Totoo lang.
Video or yung source.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you are competent enough doon sila ginagamit yung forensic tools o forensics tools at yung inyong yung competence mo through your training, no?
And experience, Your Honor.
And experience. Kasi sabi mo nga, you've been with the NBI since 2021, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
And since then, you have appeared in some 20,
At least 30, Your Honor.
30
Yes, Your Honor.
court hearings.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Senator Judge Lacson. Senator Judge Cayetano, what is your pleasure?
Just a clarification addressed to the presiding officer.
You may proceed, sir.
Apologies, I don't remember if it was one of the counsels or one of the senator judges who asked the witness a while ago whether he was an expert witness, and he said he was a competent witness.
That is correct.
And there's a
The
difference
presiding
between an
officer
expert
confirms that.
witness. So he's not an expert witness. He's an competent witness.
That is correct, sir.
So that will have bearing.
Yan. Kasi malayo yung pagkakaiba nun. Pag sinabi mo kasing expert, kumbaga lahat ng detalye, alam yan, through experience, sabihin natin 15 to 20 years na experience para matawag kang expert. Kung bago-bago ka lang, hindi mo maano na expert. Expert ka, siguro, which is tama itong sinabi ni Senator Alan Cayetano, na ka lang, na competent. Nag-training ka 2 linggo. Sabihin mo expert ka na. Posible, di ba? Competent. May knowledge ka, may alam ka. Siguro through experience na rin. Kaya sabi mo nga, umattend ka sa maraming pero for almost 5 years. Ganun yung experience mo. Hindi pa ganun katagal. Tapos, yung sa'yo, yung nagbigay sa'yo ng certificate is in-house lang na trainer, at saka hindi naman talaga siya recognized worldwide na para magbigay sa'yo ng certificate na pag pinakita mo tong certificate na to, ito yung nag-training sa akin. Kilala to sa buong mundo. Kilala to sa Pilipinas, kilala to sa bansang ito. So yun yung yung at least magkaano sa'yo na truly certified ka. Pero kung nagbigay lang sa'yo is, kasi ang nagano sa kanila is, di ba, yung kung saan siya nag-training is supplier lang ng mga gamit. Kasama na yung sa mga other tools na ginagamit nga dito sa technology. Tapos yung gamit na yun, syempre, may kasamang may kasamang mga expert, natuturuan sila kung paano gamitin to, ano yung mga tips para mapadali gamitin, paano mapabilis gamitin. Which is nung natuto sila, yun, bigyan na kita ng certificate o certified ka na. Ganun yung nangyari. Which is hindi, like I said, hindi ganun ka well known yung nagbigay ng certificate sa kanya. Kasi in-house lang naman in-house na, hindi naman talaga in-house. Galing sa labas, na hinire nung kumpanya na supplier para lang mag-train kung paano gamitin yung mga documents, yung mga materials na gagamitin para doon sa AI o sa technology. Yung
because whether or not an AI video can be produced without an AI has to be testified by an expert witness.
If I may,
Wait, yeah, go ahead. That doesn't mean, I don't think you'll disagree with my second statement. That doesn't mean that this witness is not competent to testify on that. Second point, I just like to clarify for the record, my understanding of watching the video is that it was on StreamYard, then a link was shared sa Facebook.
Yes, Your Honor.
So if that's the case, Mr. Presiding Officer, the original video is with StreamYard, not with Facebook, or are both original?
It's Zoom, Your Honor.
Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was informed StreamYard, but just for the record, so that later on when we review everything, someone testified to it.
Duly noted.
Yeah, thank you.
Duly noted and entered into records.
ngayon,
Mr. Vinluan, you
ang
have...
ganda nung banat na yun na Senator Cayetano, at least, kapapano, na-differentiate natin yung yung credibility nito ni witness na he is competent but not an expert. Yan, malaking pagkakaiba yun. Kasi lagi niyang inaano na siya, expert siya. Dami niyang pinagdaanan, dami niyang training. So, di naman pala.
Your 4 minutes and 26 seconds. But we cannot use the seconds in our timer, so just look at the clock, sir, please.
Your Honor, please.
Before we... Yes, Mr. Kalilong, you are excused, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And thank you for your time and cooperation with this impeachment court.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Honor.
NBI Senior Agent John Mark Calilong. Thank you so much.
Layas ka na. Wala namang kwentang ano.
Hold on, Mr. Kalilong. Yes,
Kaya
Senator
mo yan.
Judge Padilla. What is your pleasure, sir?
Palisin mo na yan. Wala namang kwentang witness yan.
Ginoong tagapamahala ng hukumang ito, nais ko lamang po sana hingin ang mga credentials ng ating saksi kung paano po lahat ng kanyang certification, lahat upang mapatunayan po natin lahat na
Pwede mo na. Siguraduhin mo na, Senator Rubin. Baka sa recto lang pinagawa yan, ha? Mabuti.
To it earlier, but kindly respond to the question of Senator Judge Padilla, Mr. Witness.
I have here, sir, my certifications during the time of my investigation, Your Honor.
Can you, mahaba ba?
I can read, Your Honor.
Mahaba ba? Hindi.
ibigay na lang po siguro sa
Kindly
atin.
just submit it to us. Yes, please.
Opo, submit na lang po.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If that is okay with Senator Judge Padilla. Thank you, sir. Mr. Kalilong, you are excused, sir, and thank you for your time and cooperation with the impeachment court.
Layas
Thank
ka
you, Your
na.
Honor.
Walang kwenta yung ano mo. Walang kwenta yung mga statement mo.
The presiding officer will just wait for the witness to leave the premises before recognizing Attorney Binon. Okay, Attorney Binon, you have 4 minutes and 26 seconds. You may proceed, sir. Thereafter, we will call for a 15-minute break.
In the
Ito, ibang attorney.
discourse yesterday, talking about VP Sara's statements during the November 23, 2024 press con, Senator Judge Risa Ontiveros stated, and I quote, "None of these statements are proof that the Vice President actually contracted an assassin or hired one. She is absolutely right." She then asked the question, why are these acts impeachable? To this question, the prosecution responded, "We understand that these statements may not actually 100% prove that she in fact contracted an assassin. End of quote. Hence,
Next point.
the prosecution admitted that the video does not prove any fact other than its existence. In simple words, there is no proof of any contracting of an assassin. The prosecution's admission before this honorable court made the respondent's position clear. The prosecution has no other competent evidence to prove that VP Sara contracted an assassin. Ang testimonya ni Kalilong, gaya ng iba pang ebidensya kuno ng prosecution, ay hindi sapat para patunayan ang paratang na ito.
Tama.
Trying to prove this stretched narrative using a hodgepodge of materials is a waste of this honorable court's time and the Filipino people's money.
Tama.
Si VP Sara na mismo ang nagsabi na hindi assassin ang kinausap niya. This term only came from people who took her state.
Tama. Kasi wala naman talaga dun sa video. Panonoodin mo yung video. Wala naman talaga sinabi si VP Sara na assassin. Ang sabi lang ni VP Sara, may kinausap na ako. Pag pinatay ako, patayin mo rin. Pero wala siyang sinabi na kumuha ako ng assassin na papatay sa pumatay sa akin. Pinapalala lang kasi nitong mga ano nasa nila Luistro Grupo nila Luistro, alang niya talaga itong mga buhayang to.
Statements out of their proper context and try to exaggerate them for what they really meant. The truth of the matter is this. She and her family were threatened.
Agree.
And while her response was unconventional, it was justified. What triggered her response was a question about Operation Romanov, which is the plot to eliminate VP Sara and her entire family. The NBI's own records prove this. In the minutes of the meeting of Dempsey Reyes' interview, he said, and I quote, "May press con kasi earlier than that, sabi niya, parang hindi lang niya gusto daw, sabi lang niya gusto daw siyang patayin daw, according to her, ni Speaker. That was during a press conference the day before, November 2022. End of quote. During the virtual press con,
Princess Maui mentioned Operation Romanov again and even warned her about her safety. Reyes talked about it, Princess Maui reiterated it, but the NBI gaslighted it. When VP Sara uttered those words, she was not responding as Sara Duterte, the Vice President, but Sara Duterte, the wife, mother, daughter, and sister who only sought to protect her own and her family members' lives. Operation Romanov is in place, and the threat against their lives is real. VP Sara became the target of unauthorized intelligence and surveillance operations by government operatives that exposed her family to high-level risks and security threats, thereby causing intense trauma and uncontrollable fear. Her homes in Davao and Manila were profiled, and this is proven by classified casing reports. Her trusted security personnel were removed. Her schedule of official functions, like the one in Naga, was leaked by intelligence agents, and her security was heavily compromised. In sum, the prosecution was right in using the term culmination. But the prosecution's interpretation is wrong. Rather, when VP Sara left the administration, she suffered various forms of threats and harassment for many months from the powers that be, and the culmination was her statement on that fateful early morning in November 2024. She didn't commit an impeachable offense. She drew the line in the sand and said, enough is enough. That is the meaning, and that is the context. Finally, as to the alleged grave threats and inciting to sedition, these are defined by the revised penal code and are punishable by prisión correccional. Thus, these fall under the jurisdiction of the MTC or first-level courts. These charges are not other high crimes as contemplated by the Constitution as grounds for impeachment and are therefore not impeachable.
Tama.
After all, VP Sara was fighting two important battles that day. One against the threat to her family's life, and another against the life of the ordinary Filipino, constantly suffocated by the immense weight of corruption, which she talked about during the press con. She never incited sedition, she merely echoed the voice of ordinary Filipinos. Her message that day only reflected what was already in their hearts and minds. There was no betrayal of public trust. She actually upheld the people's trust as she spoke for and behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney Vidluan. Chair
Ganda
declares
ng
of 50... Senator Judge Bam Aquino.
Ang ganda ng pagkakasummarize ng ano? Ang ganda ng pagkakasummarize nung case na ito. At least kahit paano, na-highlight nila lahat in details. Na ipaliwanag sa mga Pilipino kung bakit nagawa ni VP Sara yon, anong nangyari, impeachable ba talaga yung ano na to, impeachable ba talaga yung ganong pagbabanta, conditional threat, impeachable ba talaga yon? At yung sasabi niya is, hindi naman siya impeachable. Actually, pwede mo siyang ano dun sa isang pamulan dun sa pinakamababang hukuman, pwede na. Hindi ganun hindi ganun ka big deal. Yung big sabihin niya, hindi ganun ka big deal yung ginawa ni VP Sara. Which is ang point out niya is nagawa niya to dahil sa frustration, dahil sa pagbabanta doon sa buhay ng pagbabanta sa buhay ng family niya, kasi yung Romanov nga, di ba? Sinabi yung Romanov is ubusin yung lahi nila, pamilya nila. Which is may threat doon sa kanya, may threat doon sa anak niya, may threat doon sa tatay niya, may threat doon sa mga kapatid niya. Ayun na yun. Pangalawa, syempre, frustrated na rin si VP Sara dahil doon sa corruption na nangyayari. Isa pa yun. Yung mga Pilipino naghihirap na. So, lahat na yun nagsama-sama na. That's why nasabi niya yung mga ganung bagay. Due to anger. But again, the question is a conditional threat is an impeachable offense pa. Ayun yung pinaka tanong na nasa mga judges, kasi actually siyempre para sa atin hindi, di ba, walang kwenta. Kasi pag hindi naman namatay si VP Sara, wala namang mangyayari. Is it at it is? At it is. Ganun naman talaga yon. So, ngayon, ang magdi-decide na ito, yung mga Pilipino na nanonood at saka syempre at the end of the day, yung mga senator judges. So, ayan. Nandiyan na lang po natin mga bossing tatapusin na ating video. Sana nagustuhan niyo uli ang video ito. At again, kung parehas tayo ng paniniwala, parehas tayo ng prinsipyo, parehas tayo ng pinaglalaban, like and subscribe. Marami pa tayong gagawin mga video kagaya ito. Ayun, maraming salamat. Magandang gabi sa inyo mga kababayan.